Hey there, welcome to my farm. We're in one of the outer pastures here doing a little hiking. It's a really windy day. Most equine get a little sketchy in the wind. So I typically don't ride in the wind unless maybe it's on Jasper. Jasper's very solid. The wind doesn't bother him. This guy, the wind bothers. So I don't ride him. Even though he's a good riding donkey, he still gets scared in situations and lacks confidence. Me being on his back in a high stress situation makes things worse. So, how do we build confidence? We train in the wind. And this spring in Tennessee, I've had multiple opportunities to do that. It's been extra windy, and Traveler here is doing much better. Used to, I would take him on a walk with absolutely no gear on at all, and something would spook him. A tree limb falling, a rabbit taking off, which normally a rabbit wouldn't scare him, but in the wind with a rabbit, that would spook him. That was just hiking. So, yeah, I'm not going to get on his back in the wind when he's doing that. Now, problem. Say we're out in the mountains somewhere and we start getting wind. I can get off of him and walk, of course, which in the situation right now, I would. That's exactly what I would do. But maybe we're a long way away from the trailer. I need him to be more confident in the wind. So I'm training in the wind. I've been training in the wind all spring. He's very good hiking without gear. So today, putting some gear on him, which I put the backpack on him, which is really lightweight, really comfortable, not very restricting. That's just a tip. If you're in an area with a lot of wind, you've noticed your donkey's a little sketchy in the wind, you've just got to train in the wind. But train in the wind. Don't get on and ride in the wind if your donkey is sketchy. You're just, setting yourself up to possibly get hurt, to possibly scare the donkey if he has a bad experience and you fall off of him and it scares him or something. Because they remember, and Traveler especially, Traveler remembers everything. He wouldn't even load in the wind last year. And I've got him loading when it's windy. I've worked with him a lot on that. Because, like I said, what if we're out somewhere and wind picks up and he doesn't want to load to come home because it's windy? That's a problem. I need him to be calm and confident in the wind and know that he's safe with me and the sketchy wind isn't going to hurt him. Just stick with me and it'll all be good. All these things I do with donkeys, they're steps. They're steps. And they're just growing this relationship of trust and a bond deeper all the time. So long as I do it right and I'm not super forceful and aggressive like in traditional equine training. I found that the donkey responds much, much, much better. To me, if I'm using reward-based training, positive reinforcement methods, and things like that, and I'm taking my time and working them slowly into a situation, rather than just totally gearing him up in more restrictive tack and trying to ride on a windy day. That's something I don't want to do to him. And I don't want to do it to me. So if you've never tested your donkey in the wind, you might want to, so you don't get caught in a situation where it's windy and your donkey's kind of freaking out on you. Typically donkeys that were raised with lots of handling as a foal don't have these kind of issues as bad as a rescue donkey does, I've noticed, which is probably why Jasper's more solid when it comes to wind and trusting, because he was raised with someone who took, you know, time with him from the time he hit the ground. Whereas Traveler here was a scared, neglected rescue that had been handled really rough and neglected for a long time. So I've had to put in lots of work with him, and it is paying off big time. If you're new to equine and you're new to donkeys and you didn't know or didn't understand, you know, what could be going on, why is your donkey acting sketchy all of a sudden, you know, look around. Is it windy? Because a lot of people don't know that wind kind of freaks them out sometimes. So anyway, we're going to continue our hike now that I've caught my breath a little bit. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're doing something fun with those donkeys. I mean, they're in that barnyard waiting on you. Got no excuse. Get out there, have some fun.